My name is Daulton Worst. I'm 40 years old, bald-headed, and for a long time I lived quietly in a modest apartment in Decorah, Iowa. It wasn't much, but it was home shared with my emotional support dog, Indigo, a loyal blue heeler who stayed by my side through every long night and early morning. During the day, I worked as a runner at Culver's. It was one of the few jobs I genuinely enjoyed. The managers were always respectful and kind, treating employees like people instead of numbers. There was laughter in the workplace, jokes shared between rushes, and a real sense that everyone had each other's backs. We worked hard, but we had fun doing it. I got along well with my coworkers, loved the food, appreciated the free drinks, and the employee discounts helped stretch my SSI income a little further. After work, I often ended up at the local library, earbuds in, tablet glowing, listening to entitled current stories while the world slowed down around me. When I wasn't there, I was gaming or working on my YouTube channel, where I told fictional gothic horror stories, haunted places, cursed objects, and lingering shadows that felt more real than most conversations I had in everyday life. Music was the constant thread holding everything together. Heavy metal was my heart, and the 1980s were my favorite era. Hair metal, especially My Two Crew, Bon Jovi, Cinderella, Daulton, WASP, Twisted Sister. The attitude, the riffs, the rebellion, it spoke to me in a way nothing else ever did. Friday nights usually found me at the corner bar, and Saturdays were reserved for playing in a heavy metal band inspired by the German metal band Accept. But it didn't last. The drummer quit and the project fell apart. I tried again, forming a female-fronted heavy metal band with a darker Black Sabbath-inspired sound. That one failed too. Another dream shelved. Relationships were no easier. Most women didn't even give me a second look unless you had money or a big family name. I had neither. Just music, stories, and frustration that grew heavier with every failed project and lonely night. Eventually, I hit a breaking point. When my YouTube channel reached 100,000 followers, I made a decision. I was done standing still. I packed up my life, took Indigo, and left Iowa behind for San Antonio, Texas. The heat didn't bother me. It felt alive. I found my place at Faust Tavern, a heavy metal bar where the music was loud. The people were real, and nobody cared about your past, only your passion. That's where I met Lil Figa. She shared my love for old school metal, could play lead guitar, and had a voice that cut through the noise. We weren't just compatible, we were aligned. Together, we formed a female-fronted heavy metal band inspired by Twisted Sister, and this time, it worked. The fan base grew. The shows got bigger. The music finally stuck. Our wedding was simple, heartfelt, and unapologetically ours. We chose not to have kids, not out of loss, but out of choice. We chose creativity, music, and each other. From a bald-headed 40-year-old man in a small apartment in Decorah to stages lit by amps and sweat in San Antonio. My life didn't suddenly become perfect, but it became true.